you'll get some of the essence of what Lotus Flow is, as far as the permission to move like yourself, permission to be somewhat creative within the architecture.
And the Lotus Flow.
Yeah.
And I think it's, so the full 25 hours is designed to, as Kenny's saying, kind of bring you into the Lotus Flow experience, which includes how we sequence and why we sequence the way we sequence. So that's using the energetic body as a tool to sequence. That's also using the Move Like Yourself theme, which is meant to take care of, as teachers, that we can take care of our students by offering different options, right? So that if I'm teaching a challenging class, it's not only like you have to do 50 chaturangas, but that there are other options within that. Even if I'm teaching a fly class, it's, it's like, how do I build strength and still stay true to where my body is in this day? So I think the Lotus Flow on a whole gives the teachers permission to give their students permission to do that. So I think that's, I think you'll get some of that within the architecture of Lotus Flow.
I mean, not only the architecture, but you'll get an idea of the sensitivity that's involved in how we offer the class.
Exactly. So it's like what the container is of a Lotus Flow, how literally the architecture, how it's structured, soup to nuts, beginning to end, and also
with that you layer on then the feel of the class, the music, what is the pace, what's my voice sound like in that class, what are some of the options that I might include, like maybe a restorative shape that day, or maybe something a little bit more fiery that day.
And that the classes there is a lot of creative ability for the teachers within that framework, which is really sweet. But you also have a nice structure. That's a pretty like if you can get the simplicity of the container Lotus Flow, you're set. I feel like you already have you could go anywhere and teach with that simple framework.
And that's the idea of the weekend, is to learn that framework and have an understanding of how it flows. And then you get to choose whether you're going to teach from that framework or you're going to incorporate it into your own teachings.
How would you envision a student that takes the 25 hours to carry on the framework? Where would they continue from there? Would you think? What would the options be?
For a practitioner?
For a practitioner that graduates the 25-hour, teacher or non-teacher, how would you envision them to carry it out into their practice and continue studying Lotus Flow?
I think the 25-hour is a prereq if you want to do the 50-hour advanced sequencing courses. And then, the beautiful thing about Lotus is that we have all these incredible offerings now that have been evolving throughout the years, right, Kenny? You could do, if you do the 25-hour and you're like, oh man, the subtle body, the chakras really turn me on, or I want to learn more about the koshas, or I want to do more mythology. Those are the parts that I want to add to my life and my practice and my teaching. Well, we offer all those too. So it's nice to get the full feel of it in the 25 hours, and then, which a lot of people get within our 200-hour program, right? You get a foundation of Lotus Flow, and then you can move forward in many ways from there.
I think what you also might experience as a participant, and maybe you're a teacher already, is that you will show you how Lotus Flow is based upon the chakra system. So then you'll be able to then see how sequencing a class, how it can be based upon, from the journey of the chakras from first chakra to seventh chakra. So you'll really be seeing how to sequence through a completely different lens.
And I'm going to join you for the last portion.
Jen, why don't you come in?
Hey, Inlet! It's Jennifer here. Listen, I chose these two teachers specifically for you, for our community, simply because the idea, and we've discussed it, this authentic movement and being able to transition ourselves on the mat translates into life. This 25 hours is a little bit of a taste of the Lotus Flow. It's not the whole picture, but it starts you off being inspired to move. And that's what my teachers, these teachers right here, have taught me. We've talked about transitions. We've talked about moving through space. That's what you get, the taste of it, the inspiration, the radiance of it. So namaste. I hope you can join us and look forward to seeing you 10th through the 13th. All right?
May.
Of May.
I'm
Sherry.
Sherry.
I'm Jen.
Kenny,
Bye.
namaste.
Namaste.